Tonight on Supersize vs Superskinny, it's a family food fight as this featherweight father of two faces up to this mammoth mum of one.
Just nothing of you, and I want to give you some of my fat.
Colin and Tracy's disastrous diets are in desperate need of some parental guidance. So over the next 5 days, these two will be swapping everything they eat.
I feel more sorry for her than I do for me at the moment.
Overseeing this radical overhaul is Dr. Christian Jessen. But they may find his shock treatment difficult to swallow.
That amount of food, I think that's 1 meal for me in one day.
Also tonight, Anna Richardson lets the dogs out in Hampshire to help curb her flab fighter's cookie cravings. And over on the other side of the pond, Anna gets in a spin with the toughest weight regime in the States.
I hate spinning. I hate spinning.
Welcome to Supersize vs Superskinny. Super skinny chocoholic Colin Hunt is a featherweight father of two who's lost all interest in food.
I do find eating a chore. It's just something I'd rather not do. I'd rather be doing something else.
And minuscule morsels of food do nothing for his desire for more masculine muscles.
So you are exactly 131 pounds, all right?
And that's just over 9 stone, which makes him 3 stone underweight.
I'd love to be 11.5, 12 stone. I'd feel better with myself. I'd feel more confident.
I can see there's lots of things sticking out on him that shouldn't be sticking out of him, like the tops of his shoulder bones. I've only ever seen him on him. I've never seen him sticking out anybody else, to be honest with you.
Even Colin's 10-year-old daughter Emily eats more than he does.
He eats half of his dinner and then scrapes the rest of it onto my plate for me to eat.
Surviving on a pitiful diet of coffee and chocolate for breakfast and another bar of chocolate for his afternoon snack, Colin will barely touch his dinner to leave just enough room to chomp on yet more chocolate before bedtime.
I'd say he eats around 20 bars of chocolate a week, and that doesn't include the huge ones that he eats every supper in the evening.
This caffeine and cocoa bean fiend is running on empty, and it shows.
Your crappy diet is putting your cholesterol through the roof. You're 30 and your cholesterol is 6.1, which is high, okay? Should be below 5. So saying you're worried about your heart, your diet alone is putting your cholesterol up like that and will be affecting it.
Colin's got a lot on his plate, but not as much as his not-so-flat flatmate, Tracy Hibbert. Tracy is a supersized mum of one who's desperate to shed her excess flab. She's a desperate housewife whose biggest problem is that she has more than just one love in her life.
Me and food have been married for a very long time, longer than me and my husband have been together.
But she's not proud of the effects her love affair with food has had on her body.
When I see myself naked, I cringe. It's horrible. I don't like seeing myself in pictures. It's just cringeworthy. I hate it.
So you are 263 pounds.
That's a staggering 18.5 stone.
How does that compare to normal? Is that the heaviest you've ever been? The lightest you've ever been? No.
Getting heavy.
It's getting heavy?
It's scary.
Is it getting worse and worse?
I think so.
Tracy has a real love affair with bread. She gets all doughy-eyed when it comes to her mid-morning snack.
Fried egg and bacon sandwiches with brown sauce. Has to be really thick, white, unhealthy bread, which goes down very, very nice.
For lunch, she likes to loaf about and have yet another round of sandwiches.
If I have toast or cheese on toast, I have about 6 pieces. So it's like probably about 3 loaves of bread a week.
But it's her health which is on the breadline. Her sizable belly is having an undesirable effect on her well-being. Weighing in at 18 stone 8 pounds, she's morbidly obese, and it's taking its toll.
And what's especially worrying, Tracy, is actually your shape. All your weight is concentrated in the middle. You're this apple shape, which means your legs and your thighs and your bum are actually quite small. What you do have is this central obesity all around the middle. That is the worst possible place to have your fat. It carries the highest risk of all the diseases associated with being overweight. Diabetes, bowel cancer, and uterine cancer, and all sorts of other things. Is this message getting through now? Yeah?
Yeah, it's very scary. You don't associate cancer with weights.
You don't?
Or I haven't.
It's a very, very real risk. And the one thing that you can do to reduce your risk of those cancers is...
Weight.
Yeah.
Do something about the weight.
Do something about your weight.
In the UK every year, about 13,000 people could avoid getting cancer if they maintained a healthy body weight. But her bulging bulk isn't just playing havoc with her health. It's also causing Tracy a lot of heartache when it comes to her 7-month-old daughter, Leslie.
I'm just not living my life to the full and being a proper mother, which I'd like to be. It's just very sad that I ran out of energy very quickly, and if Leslie wants to play, then I have to pass her over to her daddy, and then he has more energy than I do to play with her, which is very sad.
With a weight difference of over 9 stone, Tracy is quite literally double Colin's size. His thigh is the same size as one of her arms. It's now time for Supersize to come face to face with Superskinny.
Hello, I'm Tracy.
My name's Colin.
Hi, I'm 39.
30.
It's just nothing of you, and I want to give you some of my fat.
If only it was that easy.
When we compare bodies, it was hard to not look shocked, I think. It's very scary to think that even my wrist is bigger than his arm, I think.
Over the next 5 days, they'll be swapping their diets meal for meal to teach each other the error of their bad food ways and to highlight how weighty their individual eating problems are.
I'm feeling sorry for you already. Eating my food and...
Wait till you see how little you get.
I think I'm going to be hungry and you're going to be overfed.
My 9-year-old daughter eats more than me. It's only recently I've realised just how little I am eating, and it's got to stop, basically.
Yeah.
It's ridiculous.
So we're both doing it for our children then?
That's it,
because I'm doing it for my daughter.
That's it. That's the most important thing now.
Facing up to what they both eat may be tough to stomach, but it's the first step towards getting to the guts of their problems.
Mars bars, Tracy. You wouldn't think a skinny person has Mars bars for breakfast, would you?
No.
Mars bars and 1 load of wheat specks. And that's it. Yeah, that's breakfast.
I'm going to be hungry.
And then there's nothing until lunchtime for you, Colin. Let's have a look at lunchtimes. Sausage roll, is that it? Yeah. That's lunches.
I'm going to be starving.
I think you then tend to snack a little bit in the afternoon, don't you? Yes. Let's have a look at that. Colin, that is a lot of chocolate during the day.
Yes.
This is all sugar. And it's sugar that sends your blood sugar up, soaring, and then plummeting. And I think we're beginning to see why you're feeling so knackered all the time and tired.
Colin has absolutely no variety in his diet, and his paltry portion sizes are way off the mark.
Oh, look, we've got a burger. No, half a burger. Tracy, what are you thinking?
That amount of food, I think that's 1 meal for me in one day.
An average man should be getting through 2,500 calories a day. Colin's diet is giving him 2,600, but nearly 2,000 of those are from chocolate alone. No wonder he's 3 stone underweight.
The portion size is going to be a problem. He eats very, very, very small amounts, and I eat very, very large amounts.
This is what you get through for breakfast. Here we go. How many of these would you get through?
Easily 4 or 5.
Way to go. Right, more sandwiches. That's over. Bacon and egg sandwiches.
I'm going to have trouble.
You think so?
Yes.
All right, so let's carry on then. Are we on to dinners now? Burgers. How many burgers?
I eat 2 burgers, and then there's 2 burgers in each. 2 beef burgers
So
in
that's
each.
4 burgers altogether.
Yeah.
Where you compare that to Colin's half a burger is what he can manage. So you've got to get through 4 burgers.
Yeah.
All right.
Tracy eats 3,540 calories a day. For a woman of her size and sedentary lifestyle, she shouldn't be having more than 2,000. So each day, she's consuming more than 1,500 extra calories. This means she's overeating by 5 days' worth of food per week.
I think she probably struggled a bit with my diet, being as it is 90% chocolate and not very much of an evening meal or lunch, really. I feel more sorry for her than I do for me at the moment.
Colin and Tracy may seem poles apart, but they both share an unhealthy relationship with food. This diet swap is going to be tough, but it's just what they need to kickstart their recovery.
I'm Anna
Richardson, 37.5 and an average size 12.
We've got a slight problem kind of there.
As a non-stop dieting damsel in distress, I've exhausted what the UK has on offer. So I've come here to LA, the land of the body beautiful. And I'm hitting the streets to see why keeping the pounds off has become a national obsession. Get on my scale.
I'm so nervous. No, I don't weigh that much.
You're 148?
Yeah, but...
What did you think you were?
Well, I thought it was like 145. Wow.
You're 8 stone 1. That's nothing.
I am a little nutty. How much do you weigh? I weigh 110 pounds.
Oh, you're just over 110 pounds. There is absolutely no way, if I was in the UK and I stopped a girl and said, how much do you weigh, that she would know to within a pound of her weight, I reckon. And yet everybody I've stopped here knows exactly, almost exactly, how much they weigh. But the US, like the UK, is suffering from an ever-growing obesity epidemic. Not that you'd know it in this town. One thing that's been bothering me a lot while I've been here in this city is, where are all the fat people? They must exist. They must be somewhere. They haven't dropped off the radar. They're just busy dropping a dress size. I've discovered they're all kept behind that door. Follow me. Here, if you're fat, you really have to fight it, and battling the bulge stateside is big business. If you have bulk to burn, you can be put through your paces at a fat-fighting boot camp. And I'm here just for the day, to see if I can burn some serious calories with a full day of hardcore exercise. First up, they need to measure my body fat.
Very good.
Then test my general fitness. And that's followed by 7 hours of exercise, starting with an hour of spinning. So you're a spinning virgin as well, are you?
Never been called that, but there you go.
Spinning has been a popular aerobic exercise for years, burning anything between 400 to 600 calories in 40 minutes. It also tones up the thighs. But for a novice like me, I'm already in a spin. That was knackering. Why would you want to do that? I hate spinning. I hate spinning. I can't actually walk, but... It's only just the start, and my body's already taken a beating.
Nice, good.
So what's up next? Yet more cardio. This time I'm rolling with the punches. Boxing, I'm told, is the way to get a strong, lean and toned bod. Burning around 600 calories an hour, it increases strength, speed and stamina. It's also a fine way to release any unwanted pent-up aggression. But they're not just burning calories here. With some of the punters on a 6-month course, they're also burning a huge hole in their wallets. For you guys to be here, how much does it actually cost? I mean, you're doing a 6-week course. How much?
Well, $23,000
$23,000
US dollars.
6 months is like $90,000, I think. Around there, like 87.
So let's round it off to 90 grand
Yeah.
for 6 months. Okay. And this is all we get for lunch? Yeah. After a morning in the gym, it's an afternoon on the beach for some circuit training. This is hideous. Why would you be in such a beautiful part of the world and not be spread-eagled on the sand sunbathing? Why would you be doing this? It's torture. They do this 7 hours a day, every day. Why would you pay to do that?
So on an average boot camp day, you can expect to burn approximately 2,000 calories in 2 hours.
In 2 hours?
In 2
so
hours.
actually, by the end of their week, while they're crazily working out, they could lose half a stone a week.
Exactly.
That is extraordinary.
All right.
But my chubby chasing mission's not over yet. Later, I get to the bottom of where LA's real supersizers go to party. I've come about 30 miles south of LA, and apparently this is where all the fat people come to party.
It's the first day in the feeding clinic, and while Colin has to tuck into a king-size continental breakfast, he's keeping Tracy sweet with some chocolate. It might be a lot for him to swallow, but Colin has to learn that to increase his energy levels, he needs to eat a proper breakfast. And whilst this portion may be excessive, croissants have the starchy carbs Colin's body's craving.
Never eaten these before. Would you eat with a knife and fork, or...?
No, you just pick them up and then just tear chunks off. And...
Oh, there's nothing to them, is there?
No. So you might be able to manage more than one of those.
Yeah. Not my kind of thing, I must admit, but tastes a bit like sausage roll, but the paste is completely different, isn't it? It's the same thing, is it, with just chocolate inside? Okay.
You might get a bit of your sugar buzz then.
I'm not so keen on that. I actually prefer them better with chocolate.
Do you? And you honestly fill up with a little bit that you get?
Yep.
So how can you survive on that small, tiny amount?
Excuse me.
I don't know if Colin would ever finish one of my portions, but I don't think he managed one. I think it was just half of one that he had, and then he felt completely stuffed, which was really embarrassing on my side, because if that was my breakfast, I would have demolished the lot.
Next, it's lunch, and Tracy cooks up a large root vegetable wrap, while Colin's got his usual quick and easy but lifeless sausage rolls for Tracy. Colin's diet lacks variety, but this wrap contains oodles of different veg, including peppers, aubergine, courgette and tomatoes, all of which are a good source of the B vitamins that Colin so desperately needs to increase his energy levels.
Interesting.
I was going to say, you're very quiet. And after the chocolate breakfast I had this morning, these are going down the treat.
It's the textures I'm having trouble with. Oh, excuse me.
Colin needs to embrace these new foods, as his limited diet and his high cholesterol levels are putting his health at serious risk. Unconvinced he understands the gravity of his situation, Dr. Jessen has prepared photographic evidence for him to feast his eyes on. He needs to see for himself that he paints a very poor picture of health.
Colin's chocolate addiction is not only boring, but it's also taking its toll on his health. So I'm going to show him just how much damage his diet is doing. And the main thing that leaps out of me in this picture is how tired you look. You look exhausted. What do you think of that?
It's a mess.
The concern here is this diet of chocolate. You know, big chocolate bars every day, 2,000 of your calories a day just from chocolates, okay? There's chronic undereating, means you're lacking all those nutrients and minerals and B vitamins and things that your body needs to give you energy and focus and concentration. You don't have any of them.
Sugary foods like chocolate give an instant energy rush. But as the sugar levels drop, it can leave you feeling exhausted, just like Colin.
Feet, they have a bluey tinge.
Yes.
Don't they? I mean, dare I say it, they look like a dead person's feet. They look cold and lifeless, which is how you are.
Colin's yellow flaky nails are caused by a fungal infection, and his blue feet are due to bad circulation thanks to a diet lacking in nutrients.
Have a look at this picture here. Your heart area. And there's a number of things to say. The first of all, this myth that skinny people don't have heart problems. It's only fat people that have high cholesterol and heart problems. Yeah. Not true. Your cholesterol is already raised. All right, it's 6.1, which for a 30-odd-year-old is already alarming.
70% of both men and women have blood cholesterol levels of 5 and above. Cholesterol is the single greatest cause of the nation's biggest killer, coronary heart disease.
So I always thought to myself, because I'm skinny, my cholesterol level must be almost non-existent.
Men who are underweight are also at a higher risk of having poor sperm quality, anemia, and blood vessel diseases. They're also less able to fight off infections and are more prone to catching colds and flu.
Seeing it up on the wall and actually having Christian go through it with me explained to me what is wrong in the pictures, and it really has hit home hard, and it wasn't very nice.
Shocked by the pictures, Colin's hungry for a healthier image, so he's making huge efforts to pig out on Tracy's sumptuous Sunday roast.
Like it?
It's lovely. Absolutely lovely. Best. Okay.
It looks cooked to perfection, actually.
Just a little bit of that. It's been real food for me all the way now. And next thing you know, I'll be putting myself on a diet. It's absolutely gorgeous. It really is. It's all the flavours. It's probably the best roast dinner I've ever eaten.
Really?
That cracking, oh my lord, that was lovely.
Tracy is proving to be a good swap companion for Colin, but Dr. Jesson is unconvinced that she understands just how big her health problems could be. So it's time for Tracy's wake-up call.
I want to introduce you to someone now who I want to shock you into changing your life for good, making those positive changes where your life is going to improve and you're not going to get to the state that she is today.
Tracy still has time to change, but it's too late for Lisa Wheeler, who's eating her way to an early grave. Weighing a staggering 26 stone, she's nearly 6 feet wide, and as a result is heading 6 feet under. And it's all because of her voracious appetite and deadly diet.
Your waist circumference is 1 inch more than your height.
Lisa's only hope now is life-saving surgery and a lot of painkillers. Dr. Jesson plans that by meeting her, Tracy will be shocked by what her future could hold, and she'll want to change her lifestyle for good.
Hello, Lisa.
Hi.
This is
Nice to meet you.
Hello.
Nice to meet you.
Tracy.
Hi, Tracy.
Have a seat, Tracy. Sit down there for me.
Thank you.
All right.
Yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah, it's just a bit shocking. Sorry.
Yeah, I know.
Sorry.
It's okay. Tell me what you're thinking.
You'll be all right.
It's all
There's
right.
tissues there. Where's tissues? Did have a box.
Sorry.
Yeah, okay. What are you shocked about?
Everything in it.
It's just,
In it, end of the line.
It's hitting home. Tell Tracy just some of the problems that you have at the moment, what you can and can't do. And
I suffer a lot with my leg giving way. I could be standing up, or if I'm sitting in one position too long, it go numb and I can't get up and I end up falling on the floor. And every day is a task, right? Even getting up, I'm in so much pain. Doing things is hard work. I don't go out walking. It's hard.
Tracy, one thing I want to point out to you is that bag on the floor here. All right, this big bag is full of all the medications that Lisa has to take because of her weight. She's on a load of asthma inhalers because her breathing's bad. She gets breathless, something very much related to weight. There's loads of these things. She's on diazepam for anxiety and to help with sleep. These are painkillers that she's taking. There's tons and tons of these painkillers.
how many pills you've got to take?
Well, it's, I reckon, at least 30 plus. And I'll tell you something, it's nice to tell someone what I've done, the wrong I've done, and now I've got to pay for it. Big time. And don't get like it. You've got a baby, it's lovely, you want to be a mum to run around.
Yeah. Thank you.
That's all right, and I really wish you all the success.
Tracy was obviously visibly very shocked by what she saw with Lisa, and I really hope that it hammered a message home about the seriousness of being overweight and all the medical problems that follow. I think hopefully now she will turn a corner and adopt that healthy lifestyle.
I felt like if I don't change my life now, I could be that in 5 years' time, which is just really, really hard hitting. That really hit home. So, yeah.
Welcome to my Flab Fighters Club. Trapped in a vicious weight loss cycle, these large shifting ladies from Newport, South Wales are my Flab Fighters. My mission over the series is to help these flab fighting females lighten their load. But the trick is they can still have their treats. By taking part in a series of extra calorie burning activities, they'll be able to indulge in their guilty pleasures. To help them fight the battle of their bulge, they're following an 8-week healthy eating plan and exercise regime. We're weighing them every week to keep tabs on how well they're doing. It's week 3 and their flub fighting efforts are hanging in the balance. So out with it, girls. What's the score?
I put on half a pound. I stayed the same.
I've lost 3/4 of a pound. I've lost 5 pounds. Oh. 12, 8 and 3 1/4.
This week, the girls have lost 10.5 pounds between them, which means they have lost 1 stone 13 pounds over the last 3 weeks. Like the rest of us, my flab fighters have tried and failed with diet after faddy diet, but their cravings are their failings. And this week, we're grappling with Karen's cookie cravings, which really take the biscuit.
I love biscuits because I think it's a combination of sugar and fat. I think it's very rewarding for your body. I think your brain craves it, and I'm just giving in to the brain. It's not a conscious thing, it's built in.
This week, we'll be working off Karen's weakness for wafers in the rolling hills of Wiltshire. All right, girls, there's a reason that we are out in the countryside today, and it's because of Karen. Oh. Have you got something to fess up to me, lady? To do with biscuits?
Yeah, I've had a few.
You've had a few this week. Have you fallen off the wagon?
Just a little bit.
So the reason we are out here in the sunshine, in the countryside today, because of you, is because we're going to be doing an hour's worth of walking. Okay? So we're going to burn 342 calories around there, which is great. So we're not walking on our own today, girls. We do have a little bit of help. I suspect you can hear them. Come on, guys! You ain't nothing but Walking with man's best friend is a fab way to fight the flab, so don't let sleeping dogs lie, wake them up and take them out. Walking your dog in a park could burn up to 235 calories, whereas tramping with your pooch hikes it up to over 340 calories an hour. If, like Karen, you go crackers for a cookie, you might be surprised at how long you'd have to walk to counteract the calories. To dunk a rich tea bicky at 36 calories, you'd have to poodle with your poodle for just 6 minutes. Whereas a custard cream is more at 57 calories, which means you'd have to pound the ground with your hound for 9.5 minutes. But you'd have to hike your hide for 13 minutes to save the flavour of just one chocolate digestive at 81 calories. Walking, good. Walking in dogs, knackery. Oh, look at you lot. You are looking quite tired. Right. Here's the deal. Because we have just done an hour's walk with our dogs, which was quite strenuous, we've burnt around 342 calories. So, because we've done that exercise, we can have a treat. Are the girls going to bank the calories or binge on bickies? Do you want one?
I do, but I'm not going to.
Why? Just because you feel like...
I feel I've achieved something today, and I don't want to disrupt what I've just done.
Good for you. Well, I mean, to be fair, you did eat 10 biscuits.
I think I've had my share.
You've had your share, but that's really good. That's fantastic. Anybody else? Dig in if you want one. I mean, the point is, an hour's walk, you only burn off 4.5 bickies. So do we really want to pile it all back on again? So will you think twice before you reach for the cookie tin? If you're prepared to go through that, no problem. But if you don't exercise, you may well get fat. And do you know what? That is just the way the cookie crumbles.
It's breakfast time in the feeding clinic, and it's chocolate again for Tracy, but something new and untried for Colin. A very unusual and exotic bowl of cereal, a banana and some yoghurt. Tracy's breakfast is actually a very good start to Colin's day. The cereal is a good source of vitamin B, which he desperately needs to help boost his energy levels.
I'm really not looking forward to my breakfast today.
If, like Colin, you're prone to bouts of fatigue during the day due to low blood sugar levels, you could try to revive your energy by eating a healthy and nutritious cereal bar. It's quick and easy to eat on the go and will give you a more sustained energy boost. Dried fruits are a good source of iron, which is important to maintain healthy energy levels. And as a complex carb, wholemeal bread will give you a more stable and sustainable release of energy. Tracy, meanwhile, is chewing through Colin's normal breakfast. A bar of chocolate.
Not as appetising as it was on Monday, I tell you.
I can't believe that's all I used to have. It's not something I'll be eating in the mornings again, definitely.
That's a relief.
I've seen how easy cereal is to make and how quick, and let's be done with it, I think. I've not been tired at all. I find myself, when I do go to bed, I'm sleeping all through the night, which was pretty much unheard of before. I wake up in the morning and I just have so much energy.
Colin's really feeling the difference. But Tracy still has a way to go. On the outside, she appears to be a relatively happy, bubbly mum of one. But there's a lot more to Tracy's overeating than just an overzealous appetite.
Tracy knows that she overeats, but she doesn't yet know why. And identifying what this emotional trigger is going to be her biggest challenge.
She's had a very long and emotional journey before ending up with her lovely little daughter that she has now. She had an ectopic that nearly killed her. She's had several unsuccessful cycles. She's had a late miscarriage, and all the drugs and the emotional upheaval have really affected her mentally and physically.
But with time to think, Tracy's finally realised that she's been piling on the pounds to feed her fantasy for a family. When she couldn't get pregnant, she could make herself look pregnant.
Maybe that's what I craved, to look pregnant. So whether it was filled with food or a baby, it's like really strange, isn't it?
Yes. This is a huge turning point for her.
Tracy suffers from emotional overeating, but now she's identified what triggers this, she's taken the first step towards healthier eating habits.
Colin and Tracy are now beginning to see the benefits of their time in the feeding clinic. It's their final day, and for the last time they swap meals. Colin has renewed gusto for Tracy's 2 homemade burgers.
It's gorgeous.
Studies have found that takeaway burgers have doubled in size since 1980, and that pasta servings are about 5 times larger. By managing what she puts on her plate in future, Tracy will find it easier to manage how much she eats.
I'm seeing now what I'm doing wrong, and I've eaten probably 2 or 3 days worth of food today.
Well done.
I do thank you for that, I must admit. It was very, 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 very nice. Much, much better than takeaway burgers.
It's been a tough and an emotional 5 days for both Colin and Tracy, but by swapping their diets, they've seen the error of their ways.
So guys, it's the end. It's your last day. How's it been? Good?
Yeah.
Colin, you look a new man to me.
Yeah, I feel completely different.
You do?
Completely.
It's been a good week for you?
Really good. Really, really good.
And Tracy, I know I was urging you to try and find that link to why you were running to the cupboard every time you were depressed or unemotional. Do you remember? But I think you might have cracked it.
I don't know what made me think it, but all of a sudden I'd realised that I used to overeat so that I could get a big tummy and then pretend that there was a baby there, because there wasn't going to be a baby there, it's just like loads of food.
That was quite a revelation.
It was. It was really weird.
Do you think now that you've clicked and that little emotional trigger is there, do you think that's going to enable you more easily to change now and improve your eating?
Definitely, yeah, because I'm a mum now anyway.
You've done it now, you've got the little one.
Yeah, I've got my little girl, so I just need to lose a tummy now.
And I hope to see big changes. Please don't let me down. And I hate being disappointed at the end of this, because it's all going so well and I know you can do it. Colin, thank you so much.
You're
Tracy.
Thank you.
Thank you. You'd better take these away with you. There you are. You take that.
Thank you.
Colin.
Thank you.
Tracy and Colin have become firm food friends, supporting each other through thick and thin. It's an emotive time as they prepare to leave the feeding clinic and a lifetime of bad eating habits.
Mixed emotions, really. I have a really good time here this week with Tracy. I can't wait to see my family again, my little girls.
It's going to be nice to see my husband and my family and my baby again. It's a bit nerve-wracking, so having to learn all these new things and be by myself, really.
Now Colin and Tracy will have to cope without each other as they take their first steps towards a healthier future. Back at home, Tracy's putting her healthy eating plan into practice. She's downsizing by reducing her portions, cutting down on foods high in fat and sugar, and replacing white bread snacks with healthier alternatives.
I don't feel hungry after I've eaten my meals, so it's quite sad actually, and quite shameful that I used to eat large amounts of food when I wasn't hungry.
Tracy used to have up to 6 pieces of bread a day with lashings of butter, but now she's choosing healthier versions.
I do eat quite a few rice cakes with marmite and cucumber, which is really, really nice. So, and it doesn't give you a heavy feeling in your tummy like bread does. which is nice.
Just by cutting out the butter on her bread, Tracy can reduce her calories by 7,000, which could help her lose up to 2 pounds per week. Cutting down on her tucker and increasing her activity levels means she's now got more energy to play with her daughter.
My life is going up and up and up. I've got lots more energy to play with Leslie. She's standing and a lot more energetic, as you can see. And as I lose more and more weight, it's just going to get absolutely fabulous.
Colin's food life has also changed. Eating little and often will help keep his blood sugar levels stable and will increase both his metabolism and his appetite.
It's been so long since I'd actually been hungry. The first time I had the hunger pains was, I was like, oh, what's that? It was a new sensation for me.
Actually, he's done really well. I'm really surprised by how much food he's actually eating. He actually clears a plate now, which is really surprising. He hasn't done that for about 10 years.
By eating 3 healthy meals a day, Colin is going big on protein, carbs and vegetables. He's decreased his saturated fat intake to help his cholesterol levels, and he's replaced chocolate with fresh fruit.
Before the diet swap, I was eating 2 greasy sausage rolls every lunchtime. Now I tend to have a salad, baguette, either ham salad or cheese salad. I struggle sometimes to finish the baguette, but I always finish it.
He's only 6 weeks into his new healthy eating plan, but already Colin's reaping the benefits, and so's his whole family.
I prefer my dad because he spends more time with me, and I actually think he's actually quite playful and he's always laughing and smiling, so it's much better than he is now. He's a lot happier.
Since arriving in LA, I've been searching far and wide from the beach to the boulevard and have finally got to the bottom of where some of the local larger-than-lifers are sweating it out. So I've come about 30 miles south of LA, and apparently this is where all the fat people come to party. Come with me. This is Club Bounce. It's a club run by fatties for fatties, and it's a place to party without being judged. You know, I tell you what's interesting is obviously, you know, while I've been in LA, I absolutely do not see any plus-size people. So, where are you all?
Here. We're at Club Bounce.
You're at Club Bounce.
You know, it's like this community. I know that walking in that door that I'm not going to have guys in there that are looking at me like, ew, why is she here? Or, okay, she should just stay at home because she's too fat.
Right.
We don't get that.
I'm staying in West Hollywood. I feel a really, really strong pressure to get thin and to be thinner. So, you know, even though I'm a normal size in the UK, here, I'm plus size.
Just because somebody's thin doesn't mean that their life is any better than a plus-size woman, you know? We all have our ups and downs in life, and...
But if you went up to Hollywood and kind of like Beverly Hills, would people look at you?
I think they look at us wherever we go. Yeah, definitely. Because I will never be a size 2, or I will always be a big girl. I will always have curves, and I love my curves. So I want everybody to accept it, you know, because that's just who I am.
We live in a world where women are judged on the way they look, and the rule seems to be that skinny is good and fat is bad, and nowhere more so than here in LA. But the women here are questioning my need to be thin, and ostracising them because of their size is shocking. And you know what? They're the only people in this town that look like they're actually having some fun. Next time, I get to prepare a celebrity meal. Word on the street?
12 weeks ago, Supersize Tracy and Superskinny Colin swapped their disastrous diets for 5 days in an attempt to break their bad food habits for good. It's Judgment Day, and the results of their efforts are weighing in the balance. Colin and Tracy are eagerly awaiting to be reunited.
Hello. So,
how are you? Oh, lovely to see you.
And you?
What are you eating then?
Loads.
Yeah?
Everything, yes.
Wow.
And you?
Yeah, fine. I haven't eaten a Mars bar since the day.
Oh boy.
How do you think she's looking?
Amazing.
Isn't she?
Wouldn't have recognised her.
Bit of a difference?
Yes.
Or a huge difference?
Huge difference.
Huge difference. Does she look like she's lost weight?
Yes, indeed,
Yeah?
yes.
Oh, you look so well.
Colin actually looks awake today, doesn't he?
He does, yeah. More awake and alive.
I'm alive, yes, that's it.
You both have children that you were too knackered to play with, weren't you? You were too exhausted. That's changed?
Definitely, yeah. I'll throw Leslie around, my arms are really toned up. It's brilliant being a mum again.
It's part of it. You can't, you got to make the most of it while they're little.
Yeah.
It don't last long.
They've both made a huge effort to stick to their new healthy food plans, and the tension is high as they patiently wait to hear if it's been worth it.
Colin, do you think you've put on weight?
I do hope so.
You do hope so?
I think I have.
Well, let me tell you, you've managed to put on, amazingly, you've put on 9 pounds, that's over half a stone.
Yes.
That's really, really good. Are you impressed?
Really, yes.
You keep going, you're going to have to put on a stone, which is going to take you up to near normal weight.
Yeah.
You've also put on 2 inches around your tummy. 2 inches?
Yes.
That's 2 trouser sizes.
Yep.
Remember, it's not just these 3 months.
No.
This is now, your life has changed. Your whole eating habits have changed for life, so I'm delighted.
Colin's also gained 1.5 inches on each thigh and ½ an inch on his arm.
How do you think you've done?
Hopefully I've done well.
Well, let me tell you, you've done terrifically. You have lost a stone in weight. You have lost a whole stone in weight, which I am delighted. And you've lost 6.5 inches
Have I?
around your tummy.
Oh my God.
That is massive. 6.5 inches around your tummy.
Oh my God.
You keep going like that, you're going to waste away. You better swap trousers soon.
And impressively, Tracy has trimmed down overall by 12.5 inches.
I'm amazed. I can't believe that. So I'm so proud of us both. We've done really, really well, haven't we?
We have.
What it shows is you've done really well, you know what to do now, and it's working.
Definitely.
Keep it up. I'm delighted.
I can't go for that. I'm so chuffed. I feel absolutely fantastic. I can't believe I've lost a stone and 6.5 inches. It's just amazing. I'm so chuffed. I feel great. I feel much more confident, both with my family and other people as well. And it's just amazing. It's just been totally life-changing for me. It's been great.
I shall definitely be sticking to my diet plan. If for nothing else, the energy levels it's given me. My life is 100 times better than it was before. I feel like a completely different person. It's good.
If you've been affected by any of the issues in this programme, go to www.channel4.com/health.